Hello guys, Gene here with G Squared Tactical. Before I get started today, I'll go ahead and say, before everyone starts berating me across YouTube about the title of this video being clickbait, it's not clickbait if it's actually something that I am going to do, if it's actually a gun that I do intend to sell. Now, sometimes, yes, having a title like that, it does cause people to click on it, especially people that are fans of that particular firearm, because they want to see why. But they don't want to see why because they want to know if there's something wrong with it or not, because in a lot of cases they don't really care if there's anything wrong with the precious firearm manufacturer that they love so much. They just want to find out what you got to say about it so that they can berate and discredit you and tell you how big of an idiot you are. And they literally do that. And so that's not what this is about. I'm not trashing this firearm today. I've literally never had anything from Henry Repeating Arms that I felt like was garbage or I needed to trash it in any way. Nothing. Literally nothing I've ever owned. I absolutely love their firearms. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about this gun today. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because I'm more or less just putting this video up today because we have a range video that we want to put up, and we referenced this video quite a bit during that video, and so I just kind of wanted to get this up ahead of that. So again, this is the Henry Repeating Arms. This is the model H1512S. Now, one thing that I did find out, and this kind of goes along with the reason why I'm selling this shotgun, is that can be kind of confusing. You got the HO1512S, and then you have the 12S that is a single shot slug barrel shotgun, which is what this is. The other one, which is the exact same model number, does not have these fiber optic adjustable sight on there, and it's just a front bead sight, no rear sight. It has no scope ability at all, and it is a 3.5-inch chamber. So that can be kind of confusing sometimes. Just in doing my own research on this gun, on this firearm, it kind of confused me a little bit. Anyway, so we did take this out to the range. We have shot this gun. I actually shot it here at home before I ever took it out to the range, and just absolutely fell in love with the gun. Like, I love everything about the gun. Again, I love everything about Henry, period. At one time I said I would own every gun they had. I think that was probably a pipe dream, but I do like Henry, and this is no different. This is a quality firearm. It is balanced very well, holds very well in the hand. The finish on it, just like every Henry firearm, is just absolutely impeccable. Again, this is a 3-inch chamber, 24-inch barrel. It is rounded and it is blued steel. 1 in 35 rate of twist, a total weight of about 2.5 pounds. Balanced very, very well. It feels, well, it's going to tilt forward on me, but it sits very, very balanced. It feels very, very good in your hand. The rear and front sight, as I mentioned, are fiber optic. The rear sight here is adjustable for windage and for elevation. It has red fiber optic inside, and the front is a green. Picks up very, very nicely in just about every kind of lighting. The top is drilled and tapped for a Weaver 82 type scope mount, and it is a American walnut stock, as you would hope it to be. As you know, they said made in America, not made at all, and that's another thing that I absolutely love about Henry firearms, is that they are made in America. It has a nice thick black rubber on the stock here. It absorbs recoil very, very well for even with 3-inch in there. It absorbs and handles the recoil very, very well for a relatively small 12 gauge shotgun. It is a 14-inch length of pull, and it has a rebounding hammer safety, and it does have a drop safety as well. Does have the swivel studs here for you to attach your sling should you choose to do that, and the MSRP on this is about $587. I think that, now I have saw this in the store and on some sites online for somewhere around $4.99, I believe. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I paid somewhere around $5.50 for this gun, plus tax, of course. You know, I probably overpaid a little bit, but it was not something easy to find. It's not something you see often in the store. So I was willing to pay the extra. So anyway, the checkering on the grip here and on the fore-end grip is just phenomenal. Like I said, it's just an absolutely impeccable work of art. Now, the reason that I'm going to sell this gun is because Trey and I took it out to the range. Again, just seeing this thing in the sun here, I just cannot say enough about how good the finish is on this gun. And that's one of the things you guys know if you watch the channel, that I'm super OCD, and I really pick up on any imperfections in any kind of finishes on firearms. So I'm thoroughly impressed, always have been, with Henry Firearms and their finishes, okay? But the reason that I'm selling this is because Trey and I took this out to the range, and it did not really matter how much I adjusted this rear sight. Now, we did a lot of that off camera, but it didn't matter how much I adjusted this. I even took this whole entire sight off of here, just completely eliminated it, and was just using this front fiber optic. I could not get on target when we were skeet shooting, and I know that this gun was not designed for that. And so that's kind of, so honestly, I wouldn't really use this gun for home defense either. I mean, it's kind of one of those deals. Yes, it is a point and shoot. Yes, a 12 gauge is a formidable round for home defense, but not in a single shot. You got more than one assailant. You need more than one shot. Well, you got to break the gun down and reload. So it's not really something I purchased for home defense. Typically, when I buy 12 gauges, they're usually pump action, 590, bullpups, things like that. That's practical for home defense, because 12 gauge is probably the best home defense gun there is. And that's not really what this was for. And/or I buy a shotgun, maybe in a pump or semi-automatic, because I want to shoot skeet with it. I want to have fun shooting skeet, right? So with this, it was more of a nostalgic thing, I guess. Having the break action, very, very smooth. A lot of break action shotguns, you really have to fight with it. This one, if you ain't careful, it's so smooth you'll drop the thing. And so it's just, again, just impeccable craftsmanship from Henry. So, but we were out there at the range and we were attempting to skeet shoot with it, and this being a slug gun, it just didn't really work out very well. I don't think we ever hit a skeet at all with the gun. So, and we even tried to take a few shots at a few skeets that were set up in these little rings, and we did catch them a couple of times. But this is designed more for, someone in a shotgun only hunting area, hunting big game, something like that want to shoot slugs. And I'm sure without a doubt that it is definitely capable of handling that. And it shot everything that we put through it. We put 3 inches, we put 2 3/4. It had absolutely no problems. It did not lock up or anything after shooting it. It did not get hot. I mean, this barrel is super, super thick. And like I said, it didn't get hot. We had 0 issues with this gun out at the range. But just because it's not practical for me for home defense, and we couldn't hit the broadside of a barn when we were skeet shooting, it's something that's going to sit in my safe. I'm never going to use it, and that's just not right. That's just not fair. This is a gun that needs to be used. Someone needs to take it out and turkey shoot, deer hunt, whatever they're going to do with it in shotgun only areas where they can hunt. So that's the reason why I'm selling it. Absolutely has nothing to do with the quality of this firearm. It shot fine, it looks great, the finish is impeccable. Very, very easy to clean up, and just a very, very smooth trigger on this gun. I can't say enough about the overall quality. The trigger pull on that, it's got a little bit of grit in it, but it's a 12 gauge shotgun, folks. But I haven't put a trigger weight on this, or a trigger gauge, should I say. But I would say, just feeling that, I'd say that's probably somewhere around a 2.5 pound trigger. It's very, very light, very smooth, very predictable breaks when you think it ought to. I hope this little short video here didn't pee anybody off because of the title, because it seems to do that a lot lately. I hope you really enjoyed it. Again, just giving you a little bit of a rundown of the gun right outside of us putting up the range video on this gun. So be sure you check that out too. Check out the range video for this. I think you guys will appreciate and enjoy that. And just can't say enough about Henry Firearms, all of their firearms. Again, we can't do this, guys, unless you hit that subscribe button. The more subscribers, the more able we are to continue to keep doing this. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, share it with your friends, and make sure you turn your alerts on so that you know when we put something else up. Again, thanks for watching.